CataractCoach.com. Rosatelli spin for a soft cataract. Most of the cortex is freed up and removed with the phaco probe. Now let's watch our case here. We've got, an AC maintainer, and we've got our surgeon using a cystotome to create a capsular rhexis here. And now, what is the Rosatelli spin, you're asking me? Well, you've heard of the Brazilian surgeon Neto Rosatelli. He was on the Cataract Coach podcast. In fact, you got to listen to his podcast. An amazing surgeon who works in the public health system for Brazil and does a very high volume of surgery. And he's really optimized his surgical technique here to be as efficient as possible in his hands. And that means when he does hydro dissection, he spins the nucleus round and round. Now, did I tell you about retinarounds.com, our incredible new channel? Our sister channel has a new retina video every single day. Check it out, retinarounds.com. Sign up for the free daily email and at retinarounds on YouTube. Now, there's the complete rhexis. That looks great, beautifully done. And now it's time for the, hydro dissection maybe? Yep, hydro dissection cannula going inside here. So a little bit of hydro dissection going in. And the key is you really want to tent up on that lens capsule and really separate the cortex from the capsular bag. That's the key. Now, enlarging that para, making it into a main phaco incision. There it is. And now let's see the spin. Now you got to get some good hydro dissection, and now you've got to spin that nucleus. So phaco probe going inside the eye. And here's a phaco probe in the right hand, chopper in the left hand, ball tip chopper, just like our friend Dr. Neto Rosatelli. And now let's see what we're going to do here. So starting to clean up some of the anterior lens cortex. That's reasonable. And now look, using the phaco probe to actually pull out all the lens cortex. Look at this. Phaco probe is going out to remove that cortex there. Now look at that chopper going around to really separate the cortex from the capsular bag. There's the chopper going around, getting all that, holding on that nucleus. Now look, spin that nucleus round and around, back and forth, back and forth. That's that Rosatelli spin. And now look, this nucleus comes out so easy. Butter soft, nice spin being done to remove that lens cortex. And let's see, yep, tilt that thing up. It's not very dense. You barely did any phaco energy. You can actually aspirate this thing with mostly vacuum, minimal amount of ultrasonic energy. And now look in the bag. It's pretty clean. Very little cortex remaining. Now, if you watch Neto Rosatelli's videos, you'll see that in most of his cases, he doesn't even need to use an IA probe. He can simply just use the phaco probe to remove all the lens material. And look at this case, too. Other than that one little bit of strand of cortex there, it's pretty much free. That looks really good. Fantastic. Now, you can remove that little piece. I'd get the IA probe into the eye, just remove that one bit of lens cortex. There it is. Here comes the IA probe, just to aspirate that one little piece. There we go. And now you get the lens in, call it a day. Now, you may be wondering about the AC maintainer. Why use an AC maintainer instead of using viscoelastic inside the eye? Well, sometimes it's for efficiency with Dr. Rosatelli. He puts a little bit of viscoelastic at the beginning of the case to protect the cornea. But in a case like this, you really had no ultrasonic energy, so you don't have to protect the cornea from much. And the amount of fluid flowing through the eye was actually very, very little. And now here at the end, look, hydroimplantation of the IOL. The BSS coming through that AC maintainer is keeping the eye inflated and the bag inflated. And now you can deliver the lens into the capsular bag. And now there is no viscoelastic to evacuate from the eye. So again, can make this procedure a little bit more efficient in that regard. Call me old-fashioned. For most cases, I still like to use viscoelastic. And now get that lens to unfold. And then once it unfolds, get it into position. And that looks pretty good on the lens. So interesting idea. Definitely check out our podcast. If you're missing out on our podcast, I feel sorry for you. There's so much great information here. It's an hour a week. We talk to amazing ophthalmologists. We learn so much from them. It is really a treasure trove of incredible information that will make you a more successful surgeon. We talk about everything in ophthalmology and even stuff outside of ophthalmology. Really is a privilege to talk to such incredible guests and for them to share their knowledge with us. Now, here at the end of the case, hydroing up that incision, that looks beautiful. So what do you think of the Rosatelli spin? Do you do this routinely? I currently do not, but certainly in cases like this, it can make life a lot easier and a lot more efficient. So check it out. And again, check out that podcast. You really ought to listen. It has such great information. You can find it everywhere where you find podcasts. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google, you name it. You can find our Cataract Coach podcast. It really is that good. I promise you're going to love it. Also, remember to check out retinarounds.com, our sister channel. So much great information.